burger.
A meatball burger.
Oh my god. Saucy.
Kind of like a saucy mess. Yo,
Oh shit,
careful.
that's falling out.
That's coming out the back.
Can't even. I've got a full meatball in my mouth.
All right. Book salad. We're back. This is another daytime episode, which would be nice. A little bit different lighting. Got my boy Steven here.
How's it going?
He reached out to me on Instagram, I don't know, probably like a year ago now, and we've just started to connect finally, because I guess we're both just like...
We're busy people.
Well, we're broke freelancers and we're looking for something to do.
Yep.
So, yeah, we've been talking a lot of video ideas, and yeah, we just got some like veg food that we're gonna mow down. What you got here?
I got a Planta burger.
Planta burger and fries.
And truffle fries.
Oh, if you haven't been to Planta Burger in Toronto.
They're so good.
Or Planta, actually, it's good too. Wait, let me see that thing.
Look at this.
Oh, that's nice. I don't know if that's crazy.
It smells really good. Oh my god.
So yeah, we're gonna hang out and talk about video stuff. All things video, right?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I mean,
Let's get it
might as well
started.
just get it started. When did you get into video? Like, actually, when did you get into video?
When I was maybe 4 or 5 years old.
Oh, so you're an
used
OG
to, yeah,
too.
so with like the little VCR cameras, we would run around, me and my
Yes.
sisters and my cousins, we'd film little videos like of TV shows that we like. So like That's So Raven, little joke things that we would do. We'd recreate episodes, and I would always be the one to film it because I was always too young to actually like be in the video. I was always excluded like that, but it taught me to like be behind the camera and like use it. So as time moved on, then I got a bit older, and then YouTube became a thing. And then with my friends, I just had like a really tight group of friends that I just make little YouTube videos with. And then it was very fun for a while, but then I lost that touch with video for a while until the end of high school. And then that's where I started to pick it up again. I was like, hey, I really like this, because every hobby that I'd have, I'd always try and find a way for video to be included with it. Whether it was like BMXing I did for a while, and I'd always film these videos of myself BMXing. So I would always keep video like in touch with me.
Right.
And then after high school, I realized that I should take it more seriously, because look, like I love doing this, it's super fun.
Right.
And then from there, that's like where I really started to take it seriously.
I want to ask you right out of the jump here, what made you like lose touch, you think, in high school?
I don't know,
Like
it's
anything specific, or
it's just the variety of things that I wanted to try. I just wanted to try a lot. Like I loved like sports at the time. I loved just like hanging out with people. I just had less time to really just sit down and like film things. So I just wanted to experiment with it, but go film things. but I know like with everything I'd try, I'd always just try and fit video in it. So I wouldn't necessarily lose full touch of it. I just would lose like my focus on it.
Right,
I would
right.
lose like the focus of making videos every week and that type of thing. But everything that I do, I'd just be like, yo, like we should film this.
right? Okay. Well, that it sounds a lot like me.
Yeah.
Just in that same retrospect. What do you think your position is now in the market? Because like, wouldn't you say that you have more of a unique flair? Well, not to say that I feel like that, but like, I don't know, doing it since I was such a young age, you
Yeah.
know, a lot of people started because of the Instagram boom, because of the YouTube boom.
Yeah.
And it sounds like you touched on it beforehand,
Yeah.
as I
definitely.
did.
Well, the
It's like
biggest
that-
question I always ask is like, if Instagram and social media wasn't a thing, like would you really be doing this right now?
Mm-hmm.
That type of thing. And for us, I feel like we would, because we found this love like early on, before the whole like clout, before the whole the whole like fame came in, and
Yeah.
then now it's like it's just that's like where the roster is, which is interesting because it's easier to get a hold of like an audience.
Right.
But it's just then you have these people that aren't necessarily in it for the love of it. So
Do you want to expand on that? You've seen that firsthand.
I've seen
and-
that firsthand a lot, but it's sad because it's just like you see these people doing these things all just for like this image that they have in their mind of themselves. But then what I like to do is surround myself around the people that actually do it just because they love it, and that are in it just because they'll go film a video, not for pay, not for anything, just because they just love to do it, right?
Dude, I'm so stoked for 2020 with you. Honestly, because I haven't been surrounding myself with the wrong people, but I just haven't been surrounding myself.
It's hard to find
with,
people like that. Yeah.
Yeah. Like we're waking up at 10 a.m. and we're talking about video stuff like we did this morning. It's just like
it's much more of a fun approach.
But you've definitely probably done a good job then surrounding yourself around those people now.
Yeah, I've learned my lessons. I feel like I've had my fair share of fuck ups, and then you just start to learn. Like you find like when you meet someone, I know right off the bat from meeting someone, like if I'm going to further that friendship, or if that friendship's gonna like mean something like in the video world, that type of thing.
Right.
Because you just know like people's mentality like after speaking to them for like 10 minutes.
That's very true.
Yeah.
Wow. Lots to take in there.
Lots to take in.
But then how do you?
Surprise.
Yeah, I'm surprised. I feel like through your work right now, like you've situated yourself in like a good spot.
Yeah. I would consider I'm happy with what I'm doing. So
yeah.
That's what I'd consider. So in terms of maintaining, it's less of like always talking to the person and trying to keep tabs like every single day, and it's more of just like knowing that it's like you have that person there, and it's like when you need them or when they need you, or if you guys just want to hang out or just like again catch up, and then you could go to them, and you're not going to be like at loss of like, oh my god, like where have you been type thing.
Love it. Like, were you just like brought up that way to like?
Yeah, I was lucky enough to be
like
brought up that way.
Yeah. Seatbelts, everyone.
I'd say I was brought up in a good light like that. Always like looking positive with people. Of course you have your fair share of like people fucking you over and things like that, but you just like learn from that. And I feel like I've always had the mentality where it's like you win or you learn.
Yeah.
You never fuck up hard where it's just like, wow, that was terrible, because then it's like, where do you go from that?
Yeah, exactly.
Just learn from it and move forward.
We're gonna get going here.
All right.
So what are we doing this year, man? Honestly, what kind of like, we're gonna do that short film.
Yes, I want to make a short film this year. That's something that I could really put my time and effort into. The thing I've really wanted to move into this year is finding projects that are like worth more time and something that you could like put so much more effort into, rather than these little projects here and there that you kind of just bang off.
Yeah.
Something that you could really just put time and effort into and get a good good response out of it.
When you this is kind of the conversation we were having earlier. Now you're saying this, what do you do to like hold yourself like accountable? But even with these podcasts, it's like there's no way you'd be able to do this as many as you say you're gonna do, or like how are you actually gonna follow through?
That's the thing, is I limit myself with how much I know I could take on. I feel I know my limit and I could stay within it, but I also push myself in a way where I know I could do something, but I'm not gonna like overestimate myself and throw like I'm gonna make 30 films this year type of thing.
Right.
It's like I'm gonna make like 1 or 2 that I could really take my time on, and I know that I could set out some time for it this year and just like really put my effort into it. At the beginning of the year, I kind of write down my goals of like what I want to like just basically do in the year, and I never just like overestimate myself. So I always just write down like not necessarily like numbered goals, so like I want to make like 2 or 3. I just kind of say like, okay, like I want to make a film this year, I want to like do these things and approach these categories that I haven't necessarily approached before.
Yeah.
And I just want to experiment with them. So it's less about like completing them and like having like all of these things done. It's more about just like experimenting with them and having fun with it, and seeing if like I'm good at that, and seeing if like I kind of click with the thing, and if I do, then the next year I can move forward farther with that.
So this short film, what do you personally want out of it? Because what I want is to work on something that I'm obviously like super stoked about, but I do that all the time. I feel like. I think this time it's like I need a cinematographer. Like I need someone on the camera that I can direct.
I think the thing that I want to take out of this is like take it more into like a professional standpoint.
Right.
I feel like with some of the projects I've done, I've definitely had like the cinematographer credit. I've done like real productions that have like paid off real, like the Norman Powell shoot that I just did.
That's crazy.
Oh,
this is the first time.
No!
This is the first time this has ever happened. I love it. I actually don't mind it at all. We're gonna have a little count to see. This is gonna be a permanent like thing now. A new series. When the camera drops, I'm donating. Should I donate money? Like, what should I do?
$20 to
No, not 20 bucks. No. I could donate 20 bucks to the parking tickets that I haven't paid
parking
off.
tickets you haven't paid.
I should do something though. Leave a comment if I should do something when the camera drops. Or maybe I'll come up with it on the way. I don't know.
Who knows?
But sorry, what do you want to take out of it? I hope that doesn't happen again.
So with the short film that we want to make, what I want to take out of it is more of the experience of being like on a higher production. Really taking your time and putting the effort into it, like I said, without rushing through things and seeing like what I'm capable of. Because I feel like I know what I'm capable of right now, but I don't know my extent. It's like in conditions like that where you're on a production and it's something where you're telling like a long form story, I feel like it's a completely different idea. It's a completely different situation. So you're forced to like really experiment with yourself and see how far you could go with like your certain skill level.
Clearly my camera's like falling and stuff. I'm just gonna parallel here for a minute, alright?
You just finished saying this is the best thing that you can invest in. This little rig setup that
Yeah, so
just collapses.
I don't know if I have I'll do a little I don't know if I even showed. Oh yeah, I guess they've seen it in the promo videos and stuff. But yeah, this rig was something I purchased on a shoot in France for like a car shoot thing. Yeah. Where do you want to go this year for like work?
In terms of like destination,
Yeah.
or in terms of like
Destination. Oh well, you kind of said you want to like up your game in terms of like.
I want to up my game. I've done quite a bit of traveling with my work, but that's more of like the commercial industry, which I love doing because it forces you to like be dynamic and like change up your shooting style because you're always in a different place. You're always shooting something different for a different client, and then you're kind of just forced to like be more creative with it, which
Right.
I like it. So in terms of like where, I'm not necessarily sure. I don't have like a set place and I'm like I need to go there. I'm kind of just like open to like what comes and then like see what happens.
Well then, I guess it's safe to say you're coming to my cottage and we're shooting a short
We
film,
are
buddy.
in Sudbury.
Let's do it. Have you been to Sudbury before?
I've never been to Sudbury.
Sudbury's nice. Sudbury's nice. Leave a comment if you think Sudbury's nice. There'll probably be no comments. No, I grew up going to my cottage in Sudbury. So I'll take you there in the spring. We'll work on our shot list.
Oh, yeah.
And then we'll have this piece of evidence to look back on one day of us like scheming this movie.
Oh yeah.
Let's go, man.
Let's go.